Warning, this is a really long video because I'm going to teach you how to thread your Dr. Crank.
ShartimusPrime, ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it. Taking bad hits, taking bad shits. Subscribe.
Dude, he's got an ankle pivot. Hey, what's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Transformers review on Transformers Classics Hook. This is technically not a Transformers figure, of course. This is the TFC, not Devastator piece right here, Dr. Crank. And this thing is badass. Big thanks again to the lovely Charlita1 for getting this for me for my Christmas present. I love this thing a lot. This is really, really cool. Hook was always my favorite Constructicon. I just always thought he was so cool. I thought it was kind of weird that he wasn't the leader. I just wanted to compare him to the G1 figure right here so you guys can get an idea of how large he is. And yeah, just thought Hook was always really, really cool. He's pretty much the foreman on site. You know, I see Scrapper as the general contractor and Hook is kind of like the foreman. There's no real particular trade. I guess they do everything, but yeah, so this is pretty damn neat. Now, this part right here is long. RC got big ones, or no, there's a little one, got an even bigger. Oh shit, Charlita one, whoa! You can actually pull some kind of thread through here and make him actually a fully functional crane, which I thought was ingenious. I heard that on the TFC website, and I couldn't find any pictures of it. So, you know, it's out, and I'd actually run some fishing line through here and all the way through this and got it all set up. But I'm going to teach you guys how to do it right here. I'd seen some people asking, like, oh, someone should do a tutorial, so I figured I'd take it upon myself to do that. This piece right here works, you know, you could spin this right here and it comes off a little easier than I'd like it to, but I'll get into this little guy a little bit further. And then this right here is, you know, where you can actually grab stuff, which is pretty neat. And I don't know, you know, by looking at this, it looks like you could put two pieces of thread on top of each one, but I only have one that I'm putting in between right there, and I'm just going to tie it like that. I'm going to take this off right here. This is the clear gun that he comes with, the clear red, you know. And then here's the purple one, which I do like. So I'll just put this aside. And of course, these do build into Devastator's cannon. So let's see. I got at first I used fishing line, which was kind of stupid because you couldn't really see it. And I took a couple pictures of it, getting all stoked, but you couldn't really see it. So here I have purple thread. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick it in the hole. Reel this up like this. Okay, and pull the thread up right here, and then tie a knot. And I like to get two, so tie twice. Then cut off that excess right there. So now that is together, and then we'll just feed her through these loops. This is not very, very hard, but it can be because this thread is pretty thin. You may want to like lick it at the end of it. Yeah, go ahead, lick that thread. You know, pull it through there. So yeah, I think this purple is going to work out a lot better. I mean, come on, it makes sense to use purple. Put it through the second one here. Put it through this last one right here. I want to try to get it on top of this little pulley thing, but it doesn't really go that way. It doesn't typically stay. And then what works best for me is putting it underneath, putting in between these two little wheels and underneath, and then just pulling that through like that. The final step is tying it around this guy, and like I said, I like to tie it in between those two. Deep, 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 deep. Right there, I have it in between the two of those. Gotta tie it twice. So there that is. I tied it twice. Snip off the remains. You just use my thumbs like that. It's a little easier, but you can see it build up right there at the bottom. And then just keep doing that. I like to have a decent amount of string for this, just in case I want to do something where, you know, it's going to be all over the place. I don't know. But for the most part, it's not going to hang too far. And then this is what's really, really cool about this guy, is you can see how it has two open ends right there. that plugs in right there. I wish it was just a little bit deeper on this thing, but pretty much that is it, man. And I am stoked. This is badass. I mean, come on, dude. This thing was already so damn cool, but now they've added this, you know, in here. It's JRA Nightmare. I hear where I got the term fun factor from, and this has a fun factor of 11. It is just amazing how cool this is. So really, really cool thing. I've been wanting to see someone do this for a while, so you know, not too hard, and it's just neat how you could, you know, spin this right here to change how much thread you want coming in and out of it, and it doesn't affect the transformation at all. So really, really happy to see how this thing works. Very, very threads all over the place, but you know, I just want to show that, you know, what they have up here on the front. This is pretty cool. I know there's gonna be repro labels for this, and it's gonna be badass. Really like the silver right here. You actually get some pipes right there that are really neat. There's some cables, pipes. I like how this functions. So one thing you have to be careful about is, you know, as you lift this up, it tends to pop off where it connects to the figure. But if you lift up from this side, you'll be, oh, never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I've had better luck just moving with one hand like that. But it does slip off kind of easy, so that is a little bit of pain in the ass. And then he has these guns right here that pop up on the back that you could use too, which is pretty damn cool. Then he has ports on the side, like, you know, where I showed the guns were earlier, so that's pretty damn neat. And then this thing right here just tends to pop out a lot, like I had mentioned, so it is pretty frustrating, but if you're delicate with it, it'll stay. So anyway, the rest of this figure, and there it goes, it just went right down again. So I'll just remove this for now. So that's how it comes off. So the rest of the figure does look really, really cool. I like this a lot. A lot of good detail. You got the little lights right there. Wheels look nice, the silver and everything. Very, very cool. I like this a lot. You can see Devastator's head right there. I won't spoil it. Wait, you know. So yeah. So the transformation of this is pretty damn easy too. I like that. Just bend right here and then pull these forward. Then the legs kind of just automatically fold in like that, and take them apart, and there you go. That's that. And then the arms right here split from the top of the head. So just rotate them outwards. Then move them up, and then down, and then you want to rotate up, and then they move down like that. Same thing on the side. Rotate backwards and then down, and there you go. And then just turn his head around. Then that is it. That is his robot mode. Not my favorite robot mode amongst all the other ones, but still very cool. Oh, and you can move these to the side, and then you can turn these wheels back too, so that's pretty neat. But, you know, very cool. I like it, just not my favorite, you know. I think Scrapper is my favorite robot mode, maybe. But, and then you could just add this piece over here to the back. And, you know, he's got a stand, so that's like this, you know, giant backpack kind of thing, which, you know, not a big deal. And then they also show you in the instructions that he can hold this like a cannon, which is kind of tricky. I guess you can fit this part into his hand, but it's not, you know, it doesn't really work out so well. You try to straighten his arm and it doesn't really fit in, so I guess just like balancing like that is the best way to go. So move this back over here. So yeah, I mean, this is really, really nice head sculpt. I really like this face. This is pretty damn cool. Isn't that neat? I think, oh, he's got that mean look on his face. Yeah, you could see it better with the light off. Very cool detail on the torso. Like these sculpted gears right here that aren't totally necessary, but very nice. So I like the clear plastic right there. Very cool figure. I like it. And he holds his guns just perfectly fine. Have him hold the red one, even though I don't like it. So yeah, the light piping isn't as good. Yeah, so the light piping doesn't work out as well. There's just so much stuff behind him. It kind of gets through there, but it's not great. So his articulation is his head moves side to side. It doesn't move up and down. He can move his arms like this, forward, rotates right there. He has a single jointed elbow that bends a lot, and his wrists don't really rotate at all. He has no waist joint. His legs move forward and out like that. He bends a lot at the knee. Oh, here's another thing I forgot, is that he has these parts that come right here. You know, if you have something like this right here, Solid Snake gave this to me. It's a sculpting tool, but it actually helps pull some of the parts out without really scratching the figure. And he has this thing to help him stand in his robot mode, so it gives him a heel, so you can give him that. He bends a lot at the knee and then rotates as well, so it's pretty cool. Good amount of articulation. I really like it. I love the robot modes for these guys. So to transform him into his third mode, I gotta put him back in the vehicle mode. It's kind of a pain in the ass, which, you know, I usually don't do Transformers reviews where I show them going into both modes, but I guess for right now I'm gonna do it. So it's not really that hard of a transformation anyway. So just spin those around, connect them to his head, move these arm pieces up. Sometimes it is nice to have a transform. You know, I really, you know, for some of you that know, I've been a big fan. I forgot to mention these tail lights right here, but for a lot of you guys that know, I do like Transformers that have really complex transformations, but gotta be honest with you, having a Transformer that's got nice, easy, fun transformation is really cool to have too. So put these down right here, make sure these are flipped down, and then so that's ready to turn into Devastator. This piece right here, you want to rotate this in a different way so that you could fit Devastator's head, but I'll get to that last. So you split him in half like this, and then before you connect him, you have to pull these pieces down right here. So you could either use something like that tool I have. Like for this one, it's always a pain in the ass. So I always have to dig in here and pull that down. And then you connect them like that. Now, I don't know why, but there's another connector piece right here, which doesn't make sense to me because his arms are on the outside, like this. And then there's this other down piece right here, which doesn't really connect. This doesn't connect to anything. You really only need these two pieces. So it's kind of strange for me. So I don't, you know, this one I could, okay. See, I don't really know what this goes into, so I might as well pull out the sides right here so you can see that. So he has all these ports sticking out of him, and I don't know what they're all for. I guess this, no, it doesn't help connect over there, so just put that one back in. Then these, you know, so these four I understand, not this one. So anyway, when you flip this out right here, and this latches the two sides together. And then you pull Devastator's head up like this, down. There's a little tab in there that it connects, you can barely see. There you have the Devastator head, aka Hercules, which has a decent amount of articulation. It moves up and, no, it doesn't move down too much, it moves side to side and up pretty damn well. So that is very, very cool. And then we connect them to long haul over here. And that all fits into place nicely. So there's that. That's pretty damn rad. My last video I showed, you know, the 2/3 of this thing built for. It has just blown me away of how awesome this is. And then, like I said, you got to put this guy over here, and you rotate this thing so that's facing one side, so that you could fit it on his shoulder, and he could still move his head. So that's how that works. So make sure you give it the appropriate space. And that is pretty much it. Alright, well, hope you guys like my review. And I'll catch you later. Peace.
Oh, that's Shartimus. He is so awesome. But now what should I do on the internet?
BKBN.net! Here, let me show you, man! Big Kids Big News is #1 source for geek news, reviews, toys, comics, movies, cartoons, video games, and more! Next time you're done watching my videos, where are you going?
BKBN.net.
Where are you going? BKBN.net!
So, okay. Ugh, I'm sick.